What's up, everybody? It's David here at Smitty's Garage coming at y'all on this beautiful day. If y'all hear a little humming, I got that porta-cool coming. Want to make a kind of a quick video. In reality, y'all can see I did some changes in the shop. Today, one purpose only. Let's see if we can't get this boy humming on its own. Now, I will have to jump start the starter solenoid, and I will have to do a temporary fuel tank. But other than that, I think we got what we need to get this going. Can we do it? Shit, let's find out, guys. Come on. Slow and steady wins the race, guys. So yeah, we done a little moving around in the shop yesterday. I got my two projects right here. It's just been a little bit since we last worked on this sand rail, so I just needed to get it out. But I've got it now to where I can back it in here when we're ready to work on it. So what kind of goodies do we have, you ask? Well, I've got a new starter. I've got a new coil. We know the old one works. I've got a carburetor, fuel pump, complete tune-up kit right there. Of course, y'all know I got my stogie. But I say, let's get this on this. So first thing I'm going to end up do, I'm going to take the cowl off, take the breather off. I'm going to get it all accessible, guys. Got some bolts just going all the way around it. Nothing to it but to do it. Some bolts on that. Once all that's out, it'll be time for a little part changing. When I get all this off, guys, I'll get back with you. Like I mentioned before, we'll have a few bolts on that breather. All that's going to come out. Then we're going to have these little bolts right here. Once this is out, then we'll take this out. Then we'll start going around getting all these bolts and lifting this up. Now I figure I'm going to try to play around with a couple of different yeah, I changed shirts, guys. I don't want to get that one all sweaty. Maybe I'm going to play around with a couple of different angles on this upload. You know, just to kind of get it. It's important, guys. Keep your bolts in one place. That's why I use these. I've got several of them. Alrighty. Now there's going to be a vent on here. We'll just pop that loose. That bad boy will come back on. We'll set this out of the way. So I'm going to show you these front bolts. I'm going to show you all these. And then I'm going to cut it. And then I'll get us to where we need to be. So, like I said, or just a while ago, y'all see these bolts here? See them bolts there? See them bolts there? Guys, I'm going to remove all that. I'm going to get this red cowl off. And that should get us to where we can get these side things off. When I get that done, guys, I will bring y'all back. Well, I'm actually glad we had to take all that off, because you know I can get in here and blow all this trash out of here. All of that. So what this is going to do is now we have access to everything I want to change. Now some of this I'm not going to change with it here, because it's going to need to be done there. But guys, that carburetor tune-up kit's got me some new plugs. Got a new carburetor with the new fuel pump on it. I'm going to be rebuilding this one for a spare. I got the new coil. Looks like we'll need to sand that a little bit. And a new starter. So I guess it's taster's pick on what I want to change first here. I say let's pull the coil out. Let's get that starter. And we'll get those two going. Then we'll go from there. As far as the starter goes, we'll take this nut loose right here. That's your hot coming off your starter solenoid. And well, y'all can see there's two bolts, one there and one there. I'll take them loose and maybe I've never changed a starter on one of these. That's gonna be my plan. I'm gonna take that. You know what, let's look at the new one. Okay, yeah, my assumption was right. Take that bolt out and that bolt out, then we'll slide it out of there. So guys, that's going to be what I'm going to work on. When I get it out and I get this new one on, I'll bring y'all back and show you that. Like I said, I've never changed one of these starters before, and that bolt right there was just being a royal pain, so I decided to take the flywheel off, which, yeah, I'm glad I did. So now, change the starter, clean all this up, pull that coil, then once that's done, then we'll move to that. Yeah, it's good for the health to go ahead and clean all that up. We can get some brake clean on all this, get that compressor on that, take that out. So that's a lot better. We do got these cleaned up. I've got some help out today. My fiance's out, so just filming a little differently. Word of advice: feed your positive through there. Whenever you do put that back on, it's gonna sit in there like that. So I'm fixing to get this flywheel back on here, and then get the coil on it. Then we'll go from there. But that is a lot better. That is. I don't see any broke wires anywhere, so I'm hoping this will make power. That was a bear though. Alright, so before I set this coil to about 8 to 10 thousandths, or roughly a business card width, I'm going to pull the plugs out. That way I can spin this engine by hand and get the magnet over there to suck it in. Alright, so I got the plugs out. I got it turned around to where the magnet sucked the coil in. Before I put the new plugs, which is just the old ones, before I put them in there, I'm going to check the gap on these and make sure I gap the new plugs properly. I'm not 100% sure what the specs are, but I'm using this is a 10 thousandths. So I'm going to pull this coil out, and I'm going to slide this feeler gauge in there. Now I'm going to have to press in some because of the way this gauge is. But guys, if you don't have a feeler gauge, you can use a business card. That works just as well. Then we'll just tighten these up. Yeah, y'all can tell what just happened, didn't you? Holy smokes. Y'all know what just happened, don't you? I just had a boat break. I'll be back. Okay. I ain't too sure how I'm going to get this out just yet. But when I'm ready to drop the coil back on, or when I have the coil back in, I'll bring y'all back. Really trying to keep the filming down, the length of the video. But I got a dilemma on my hands. Okay, we're gonna work on that. Alrighty. Sometimes you have to do things you ain't real proud of, but the mother of necessity is the creator of all inventions. I'll let y'all figure out what I did right there. So I've got the new plugs here. I'm going to check the gap on these and then get them installed. Coil is locked down, set at 10 thousandths. Looks like I may have set this on wrong. Y'all can tell that ain't nothing. We'll take them two bolts out and I'll set it back in correctly. Aha, that's where it went. Note to self, guys. Take that note. Let's fix that real quick. Now, I couldn't tell you hide or hair what's correct and what's not, but I'm thinking around 30, 35 thousandths. And that's 35 right there on the old one. And the new one, you know, the new ones are just a little bit less than that. So we're going to go ahead and bring them on up to where they need to be. Now, when you use these, you obtain your gap here, not by rolling it. I know a lot of people kind of do it the old way, that other way, but that's not accurate. So you actually just press in to obtain more gap. Ooh, too much. Too much. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to get these set at 35 and we're going to get them installed, and then from there we'll move to the carburetor. So let's venture into this carburetor, see what all we got to do. Got a choke lever, choke cable. Where you at? Right there's the throttle. Then there's the fuel line. And it looks like we got, let me find it, guys. I can see with my eyes, but I can't. There we are. And we got them 2 bolts right there. So I'm going to take, this is going to be last. I'm going to go ahead and take this out, get the fuel line out, take the 2 bolts out, and then when I lift the carburetor up, that'll allow me to get it off right there. So take that out, take the fuel line, take the 2 bolts, lift the carburetor, wiggle that off. When I get that free, guys, I'll bring y'all back. Alrighty, that actually went by good. So I told you the wrong spot. It's not that one, it's this one. Uh-oh, y'all know what I just did. Told you them cigars ain't good for you. Well, let's compare the old one to the new one. This is the old one. And inside here will be the new one. Y'all see I got, it come with a kit and stuff. Alright. So. A little different. Had fuel in it. Alright, I'll have to put that bolt on there. Looks the same. Got a stop, fuel. Flip it over. A little different, but I think it's going to work. Alrighty, so choke's going to go to that one. The governor throttle is going to go there, which is exact. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and take this bolt out, get it on here. I'm going to get my gaskets out, and we're going to get this installed on here in the reverse manner that we took it off. Sounds good? Sounds good. That looks much better, guys, don't it? I forgot to mention this vacuum for the pump. For the sake of argument, we should be able to hit it with some ether once I hook the battery up, and of course jump that solenoid and see if it'll start. For the sake of argument, I'll do that off the camera, and then once it busts over, we're going to hook a temporary fuel line up and go from there. My only concern I'm having is this wire that come off the old coil was broke. I can't say this is right, but that was the only broke wire that I found in there. So push comes to shove, I'll have to pull the plugs. Pull the wires off of there, but man, let's see if it'll bust off. Alright guys, so I'm getting at the point to where it's getting a little late in the day. Sun's gonna crest over these trees here for long. I gotta make a run to town, gotta do a few things. But there's the other reason for my pause and things is, y'all can see I got the new starter on. I wound up and put the old coil on because hell, I just wouldn't get no fire, and I'm not sure what's going on here. So I think this is a good breaking point for me to just call it a day. Everything's in the shop, everything's good. I'll do a little digging around, and when I get back out here, we'll pick up on this old girl. But I know it's going to run. We just got to get it there. So I'll see y'all in the next day or two when I get back out here. 4:30 is going to come early for me. We'll be back, guys. And just like that. Alright, so let me take a brief moment to let y'all know where I'm at. I am still not getting this engine to turn over as fast as I would like for it to do. I went ahead and changed the starter relay. Got my test light out. Been testing the circuitry. I just don't need all that for this engine, but I still don't have spark. Then I lost compression on this side here, so I took that loose, got the intake valve working again. Now I have compression again, but I'm kind of at a loss for this no spark. I almost want to go in and just delete all these safety switches and see if I can't get spark that way. But it's my understanding though, by disconnecting the ground wire to the coil, that takes that off. So yeah, I'm still stumped. I'm starting to think when I preluded this video and said, shit, you know we will. Starting to wonder if that was a open mouth, insert foot moment. Anyway, I'll bring y'all back when I get somewhere on this. Alright, it's been a few days. Let me kind of show y'all where I'm at. Y'all see it's a whole lot simpler on the wiring, because I clipped a lot of that mess out and I've just done a basic wiring on here. I've got it now to where I turn the key switch, my starter will come on. But this brand new starter, it's done gave up the ghost. So I'll be putting that old one back on there and trying that. With it spinning over, then I can test for spark. My hope is that one of these safety switches wasn't working, and that was stopping me from getting spark. So when I get this starter changed back out, get it spinning over, we'll see if we have spark. So pretty much what I've got so far is I just did a real basic deal. I came in off the battery and the stator. I've got it here so that stator can charge the battery. I've got my ground wire going to the coil here. I've got a yellow going to my starter relay, and green's ground. I just eliminated all that other stuff. So we're getting power through the key switch all the way to the starter. Now I just got to get the engine turning back over. So anyway, I'm gonna get to working on that and I'll bring y'all back. Alright guys, so I'm finna try something. I just brought my truck down here. That's what y'all hear. I wired it up, you know, simple like I said a while ago. Now I'm going to see if I'm getting spark. If I'm getting spark, then I'm going to hook up a temporary gas can to it, and let's see if we can't get this girl to run. So we'll come on over here. I'm gonna grab these keys and I'm gonna look here. I don't expect y'all to be able to see the sun's coming in, but I got my truck running. It wasn't the starter that was causing it to not spin over. It was actually I just wasn't getting voltage from my battery. It started at 12, and then whenever I would turn it over, it dropped to 8. So I'm gonna see if I'm getting spark. All right, guys, I am getting spark. So I'm gonna hit the pause button. I'm gonna hook up a temporary gas can. I'll set it somewhere up in here. And we'll see if we can't get this girl to run. Got dibs? I'll be right back. Alright, so I got this temporary fuel tank set up. I got it sitting on the steering wheel there. I don't know, let's give it a whirl. I'm pretty sure we'll have to turn over a good bit for it to, the fuel pump to kick up, but I'm actually curious, you know, are we gonna get it to suck fuel? I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, and you know what, we're gonna tighten up these plugs because I don't want to damage anything. Probably be the smart thing to do is to tighten these up, because if it does bust, you know, that compression, that's enough to blow them threads out and not mess that head up. So we're going to do that just to be safe. You know, I just had them just kind of sitting in there while I was trying to figure something out. I have gone back and put the new coil back on it. So, okay, we're gonna turn it over and hopefully it'll start sucking fuel to the carburetor to the point of busting off. That wouldn't be smart, would it, guys? This old girl has earned an oil change, guys. I'm stoked. You know, all this oil that's been caked up on this engine and all that PB blaster I've thrown to it. We got the crank pin out. Yeah. So, I think the next time y'all see this old girl, I'll have all the skins buttoned back on it. We'll do an oil change. I'll do the oil change off camera. Man, I'm stoked, guys. What I found for no spark was, honestly, my battery was so weak that I just couldn't turn it over fast enough. And the root cause was all these old switches. I had switches that just wasn't working. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Been sitting 10-something years. Definitely earned its oil change. Hey, when I bring y'all back, I'll have it buttoned up. Awesome. You know, before I forget, guys, besides the all the switches grounding out the system, not letting it work, what wasn't passing power and letting power go to my starter was the switch. So I used an old junk switch that I have. I just got done changing the oil on this old girl. So we'll be putting these skins back on this engine and kind of film a little outro here. This is a success, guys. I mean, it actually runs good. I put some 40 weight oil in there, a little bit of Resolene, just try to help it out with the smoke because it's an older engine and I know it's going to require some, you know, some working before everything seats good and everything. But I'm super stoked, guys. Busted off, runs good. We'll get back with you in just a little bit, guys. Y'all can see I removed the battery. I'll be getting a new battery today, but I'm not going to install it on here. Makes no sense since I'm going to be removing this engine. But y'all can see I got everything buttoned back up. Got the cowls back on it, the engine covers. Everything's buttoned good. I went ahead and put the new spark plugs in there and put the boots over the ends there. Got everything buttoned down. You know, what I'm gonna do with this is I fished my keel wire out right there, and I'm gonna tuck it in like that, and I'll just zip tie it here to my oil fill neck. It'll be out of the way of the flywheel. I've got a little taping up to do right there. Of course, we got the wires, you know, I fished them behind there, but you know, all that'll get changed up whenever we go and move this to this right here. And of course, all of this will be rewired, you know, in a really nicer fashion. Hey, in case y'all are wondering the specs of this engine, this is it right here. In case you're wondering. Still have my fuel tank hooked up. So when I bring y'all back, I just want to start this thing up one more time, let it run a little bit. That's what I'm interested in. Actually, what's probably going to happen, because I'm going to use this a lot more than my mud mower, is I'm going to put this battery for that John Deere, and then put my new battery on my yard tractor. And I think I'll just go ahead and do that, so when I get the new battery in, I can put it on that yard tractor. But I'm ready to see it run one more time with everything all together, and just let it run for a little bit. We're going to see if that smoke kind of clears up some. I will probably run me some of that through the fuel and just let it run a good bit. See if it smooths up. But I'm ready to do that. You know, I'm on call this weekend, so I really don't want to get involved too much on things. Kind of want to take it easy, because at any given moment, life can go from here at home, where I got to be at work within 30-40 minutes, and who knows how long I'll be there. Could be 30 minutes, could be 3 hours, could be 8 hours. You know, just don't know. But I'm on call 24 hours, you know, throughout the entire weekend, and then I'm on call through the week after hours. So usually when I'm on call, I kind of want to take it easy, but this really isn't a hard task. and I just want to button this up, and I want to get this out there for y'all because I appreciate all that y'all do, all the love, all the support. You know, I just appreciate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and snag that battery off my yard tractor, and I'm gonna get it on here, fire it up. I want to see it run again, and I just want to let it run a little bit. Let it loosen the rings up. Let it burn all that carbon deposit off. Just really get good and going, and then we can wrap this bad boy up. What do you say? Let's do it, guys. All right, everybody. So I've got that old battery that off of my yard tractor. I've got it just kind of sitting on here with the jumper cables. That's going to be the battery we're going to take to go get a core. I could have a new battery on the yard tractor, but I guess for all them giggles, let's go ahead and zip tie that up. We don't want that thing snagging on the flywheel. So, just want to hear it run again, guys. That's what I want to hear. It's at a spot where I can do those repairs, so pretty hot, guys. Let me turn this fuel on. Now, as far as the fuel filter, the new shutoff valve and all, because the shutoff valve and these filters here, they go with my portable tank. But as far as the fuel filter, shutoff valve, and all that, I'm going to wait till the John Deere install. I do have the new air filter in here. Like I said, I put my new plugs. So anyway, we can talk all day, or we can just get this bad boy running. And I prefer just to get it running. Start it back up. Let's see what happens. I got some sea foam up in there. We're going to try to clear it out a little bit. Alright, everybody. I've had this old girl running about 30 minutes. Had to make an adjustment to the choke because the choke was not straight up and down. It was like that. So we did a little adjustment on the cable right there. Got the choke open all the way now. Seems to be doing better. I'm really pleased with it. Nice. My initial thought is, you know, I like to run carburetors dry. I was going to kill the fuel let it run out. But then I thought maybe it'll hurt that diaphragm in there, trying to pump it dry. Sweet. Pretty sweet, guys. We did it. We got a success here. Got a good engine from a deer. Nice. One quick notice, guys, before I forget, because you know I'm going to forget. It's just the way life is. Guys, I set me up a P.O. box for the channel. It's down there in the bio. Man, if y'all want to ever feel the need to send me a sticker, hat, fan mail. Yeah, right. Anyway, guys, I love stickers. As y'all can tell on my box, I just love stickers. Everywhere I go, I get a sticker. And I put it on my box. But you know, you can show your support that way. I ain't got to do nothing. I'll put it up on there and thank you publicly. You know, I'm just grateful for y'all's support. But what do you think about it? Like it, man. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that before we get to talking about this old girl, what all we did. Like I said, just, you know, if you feel the need, it's right there in the bio, guys. Thank you. Alright, YouTube fam, we're going to wrap this video up. We got a success right here. We brought that old 17 horse opposed twin back to life. Got it running good. I mean, it's running real good, guys. Them rings opened up. New plugs, new coil, new starter, new carburetor, new air filter. Had to do a little modification on that old tractor's wiring harness, but hey, that's okay. I don't plan on keeping this thing anyway, at least not for use. It'll be nothing but parts. It'll go back to the graveyard. So thank y'all for helping me out, tagging along on this old journey. Hey guys, this is David here at Smitty's Garage. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'd like to ask y'all today, find something that you like to do, and tomorrow do it better. Listen guys, you know the grind never ends. I hope that y'all have a blessed day. Do me a favor, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hey, I'd love to have you here at Smitty's Garage. Smitty's Nation, we got it going on around here. Just ain't figured it out yet. Give me a thumbs down. I mean, probably deserve it. Hey, as always, this is David here at Smitty's Garage. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace, and I'm out.